फजील मुकर्रिर जनाब इफ्तिखार साहब।
I am extremely grateful to Dr. Abdul Khadir Sahab, Chairman, Shine Group of Institutions, who has made my task so easy, and really I am feeling so happy now to be here that what I wanted to say in my very weak words has been put before you in the highest possible way, in the strongest possible way, in the most enlightening way by Hazrat Maulana Sajjad Nomani Sahab. Next slide please. The community is suffering from serious and severe intellectual deficiency syndrome and moral dysfunction. I think it doesn't take much to agree upon this fact. We are globally suffering from severe intellectual deficiency syndrome. Next slide please. Why? Because we are simple, answer is simple, doesn't need research. The research has already been done centuries ago. The reason is we are away from Quran and Sirah. Next slide please. As Quran is not included in our system, why are we away from Quran? Because it is not part of our educational system. And Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, the hadith is in front of you, and I think each one of us can go through this hadith and understand. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, I am leaving these two things amongst you, my book, the book, and my sunnah, and as long as you hold it fast, no power can stand before you. I think that's what is the mafhum of that hadith. Next slide please. And there is a warning in Quran. Let's see what warning it is. Next slide please. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. And the Quran says, وَقَالَ الرَّسُولُ يَا رَبِّي إِنَّ قَوْمِ اتَّخَذُوا هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ مَحْجُورًا. O my Rabb, verily my people had forsaken the Quran. Imagine the status in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on Yawm al-Akhirah, when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is going to complain about us. Can we withstand that situation? This is a very, very serious deficiency in the community which I have come to submit before you, that we realize it. Next slide please. MESCO Alif. MESCO runs an Arabic department under the name Arabic Language and English Education Foundation, through which, next slide please, there is a very well structured, well planned curriculum which has been worked out over past 2 decades. I have not come here to market about the syllabus of MESCO. I have come here to convey the concept which is behind it. I humbly submit that the August gathering, who are responsible for mammoth institutions in this country, to kindly understand the importance of what I am trying to submit to you. Next slide please. Through the system, there are 2 phases, from nursery to 4th standard, wherein Quran Majid is taught so that children are able to read it with tajweed, and along with basic Islamic knowledge, Siratul Nabi, and morals and what you call it, so that at that age they could achieve what they are supposed to. And also the grammar runs. You see, this is our experience, and I think Maulana and the people who know Arabic language would agree with me. Arabic language has 3 aspects. One is memorization, then understanding, and the third is application, the implementation of what you understand. So memorization, we know, is easiest when they are small. So we start making them memorize the basics of Arabic grammar to small children in their classroom in a play way, without any pressure on them, so that gradually when they reach 4th standard, the major portion of Arabic grammar called Sarf is covered more than 80%. Next slide please. These are the books which have been produced and published by UNESCO. Next slide, please. This is a small video. I request you to watch this clip. Manu, can you play the video? The video shows you that the recitation of Quran begins from first standard only onwards. Children begin to recite Quran from first standard, and by the time they reach fourth standard, they are reading it comfortably. You may please watch a small student from first standard, the way he is trying to read those ayahs. The sound, please. I am very sorry about it. There is some technical issue, but let me assure you, what you see is a reality. This has been just recorded, on a normal day in the school, and children, they can recite Quran, begin to recite Quran from first standard onwards. Here, I think it is very important to mention to this August gathering that today, please correct me if I am wrong, but I bring this fact before you with a lot of pain and concern, and that is more than 90% of Muslims in India today cannot even recite Quran. Reading of Quran itself is not there. In more than 90% of Indian Muslims, are we waiting for any more tragedy for us to happen? Is this not a tragedy for the community? Are we thinking about this? And what system are we developing to overcome this problem? And to overcome this problem, we may require hundreds and thousands of teachers all over the country. A state like Uttar Pradesh will require more than 80,000 teachers if every child who is attending school today has to be taught Quran. And if you do not provide that number of teachers, you can understand that millions of children, crores of children will be away from Quran, will be deprived of Quran for their lives. And this is the situation which is prevailing today. You can imagine what is going to happen after 20 years or 50 years later. This is the real threat to the community. If we leave Quran behind and move forward, we will be vanished from the face of this earth. We have to understand the gravity of the importance of this situation. And in order to make teachers, all of us, we need to make efforts. You see, the next stage we come to. You please go to the next slide, please. You see, after fourth standard, from fifth standard onwards, children are taught in a structured way both the parts of grammar, the sarf and nahu, in the fifth and the sixth standard, and in seventh standard, they begin to understand Quran in the light of all the grammar which they have learned. They have covered more than 95% of sarf, and they have covered about 80 to 90% of nahu at their sixth grade level. And in seventh standard, you will be surprised. I have the videos. I don't know why it's not been played. There is some technical problem. I wish once that is sorted out, you at least view those video clips for half a minute, 1 minute. That will assure you that the education, the teaching of Quran, learning of Quran in a classroom which was thought to be out of reach of small children, school children, is a very wrong notion. And even school children in their classroom can learn Quran to the level that as it is required. You see, when in seventh standard, these small children, they they translate Surah Al-Kahf, they begin to understand it. They translate Surah Al-Kahf completely in 7th standard, and in the following classes, they are taught to, and they are made to translate and understand the other specific surahs and ayahs in order to make their akhlaq, make their iman, make their human relations, make their behavior and all those things which are required for human being. But we don't want to stop at that. You are giving the tool, the method and the empowerment to the child, who will be in his life be able to read Quran and understand from wherever, whatever he reads in future. This is happening, I'm telling you, my dear friends, this is happening. Try to understand. If we leave this behind and move forward, we are not going to reach anywhere. You see, 7th class students, when they are beginning to understand Quran, I don't claim that they have understood Quran. I only submit that they have begun to understand Quran. Their understanding has begun there, and they will keep understanding for their lives. They will grow with Quran, and the maturity will come. The understanding will grow along with that. And this is what is required. And if this doesn't happen at that level, if the middle school level, if the understanding of Quran doesn't come in, then it will never happen. If a child passes out the school and he doesn't learn to read Quran, he will never learn in his life. This is what is happening to the community in the present time. Try to kindly understand and appreciate this fact. All of us can do it. And how do we do it? You see, the most important thing, as I said, is a teacher, is a knowledgeable, trained and committed teacher, which is the responsibility of the community to make those teachers. We have to have this thinking. And this is such a beautiful proposition for the madrasas also. If the madrasa students are trained to become good teachers, wherein they will go to the schools and teach, it is a lifetime employment and a beautiful employment prospect for those madrasa graduates. But we need to train them. We need to train them. Even if all the madrasa graduates today are employed in schools, they will not be fulfilling 2% of the requirement of the community. We need to have teachers in bulks, in hundreds and thousands. So how do we overcome this? You see, MESCO is trying to overcome this problem by training graduates. Especially we train female graduates because, as we understand, for any other subject, female teachers are more useful and they are more successful. Therefore, for teaching Quran also to small children in a school environment, we believe and we have experienced this, that female teachers are more successful and more effective in the classroom. So we have started training graduates, and we do this at Hyderabad, and now we have started online training for them all over the country. Alhamdulillah, today as we are attending this conference, about 900 teachers are being trained all over the country on online mode and in Hyderabad physically. You see, but this process has to multiply. What we want is, we will train the teachers. That is our responsibility. You send us graduate girls. MESCO has the facility to host them. We have a girls' hostel. We do not charge them anything. 6 months of stay is completely free, sponsored by MESCO, and the course fee, everything is free, sponsored by MESCO. The graduates have to only come to Hyderabad, then it is our responsibility. They will be taught from alphabet, and I assure you, after 6 months, they will go back with understanding of Quran, and they will have some sense of, Siratul Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. This is what is required. And this is happening. I'm not talking to you about planning. I'm talking to you about something which is being done practically. It is happening and it is useful. And if you send your girls to Hyderabad, we will train them, and you can establish a Quran center at your own institute, in your own city. And this way, we can multiply the production and making of teachers, and inshallah, in a short period of time, we will have enough teachers to take care of our young generations. If we do not do this, we are not going to succeed in this world or akhirah, and please believe me, we will not be successful. And I request you, and really, please listen to me. Listen to Maulana Sajjad Nomani Sahab. Who else you want to tell you? A person like Maulana Sajjad Nomani has made my job so easy. Listen to him. And I am a pharmacist who can dispense that medicine to you at your doorstep. If you have a batch of 30 to 50 to 100 students in your own place, in your own city, provided you have the online classroom facilities, we will conduct an online class. You see, these days online facilities are very beautiful, they are interactive, they are just like a physical class. The students can ask questions to the teacher, the teachers can ask questions to the students, and it's a two-way interactive class which is proved to be very, very effective and useful. We will conduct an online class and we will give you all the support. Training your teachers is our responsibility. I am telling you, I can tell you from this dais, from this, on this occasion so confidently, because alhamdulillah I am seeing it is happening. It is happening, my brothers and sisters. It is happening. It is possible. Quran is within our reach. Let us take it to our young generation. Let us not stand between the young generation and Quran Kareem and become answerable in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With these requests, I take your leave. Once again, I congratulate and thank Dr. Abdul Khadir Sahab, his whole team, the Shine Group, and and all those who have organized this magnanimous conference. And I thank all the audience to have for patiently listening to me. Jazakallah khair. Please pray for us. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम मैं डॉक्टर इफ्तिखार साहब का शुक्रगुजार हूँ। ये तकरीबन 10-12 साल से मेस्को में मशकॉलेज के नाम से जो प्रोग्राम हो रहा है गैरमाम बिल्लानी से चल रहा है, और शाहीन ने स्टूडेंट बेनिफिट ले रहे हैं। 3rd स्टैंडर्ड से 7th 8th तक आते स्टूडेंट्स अरबी मतन को पढ़ते हुए देखते हुए उर्दू में ट्रांसलेट करते हैं। पढ़ते उर्दू में हैं, देखते अरबी में हैं और पढ़ते उर्दू में हैं। ये तजुर्बा हमारे पास कामयाबी से चल रहा है। मैं शुक्रगुजार हूँ।